To record later on. I'm doing live on my channel. I have channel. What's the name? KahteebulMinbar. I came from Saudi Arabia.
It is a privilege to share my dad's story with you all. My dad, Sali Adam, was born on September 30th, 1945 in Simla, in a small village in the Navsari district of Gujarat, which was then part of British India. He had a happy childhood at our great-grandfather's home. However, due to political turmoil, my grandfather's family was forced to move from one country to another, facing many hardships, and for nearly a decade they lived in dire poverty. Not having a home of their own, nor a homeland, my father's family underwent extreme challenges, living in indigence with hardly any money, hunger, lack of sufficient clothes and necessities. Due to the inability to afford even medication, my dad and his family had to undergo the fatal consequences of losing 4 of his siblings. After living a few years in Karachi against all odds, my dad migrated to England with his parents and siblings at the tender age of 18, looking for a fresh start. It was 32, the year in which I was born, so I guess we can call it the lucky year. My dad ventured into the petrol station business and became the first Asian to own a petrol station in England. He also mentored many youngsters, helping them become successful businessmen in Yorkshire, while preferring the minor county, Cumberland. For almost 40 years, my dad played league cricket in Yorkshire, mentoring hundreds of young talents, including over 400 cricketers from South Asia and local Yorkshiremen. Many of these players went on to become international cricket players. Most of them have been our family friends, even to this day, and many of whom we witnessed later growing to be successful and world-renowned cricket stars. Our house was always illuminated and filled with cricketers from the South Asian subcontinent and England. And during our growing up days, our home had a festive atmosphere about it. It was literally an open home and everyone was welcome to come and dine with us. Mum and Auntie played a great part in cooking the most amazing food, and to this day, I'm unsure if it was the food or the sport that enticed the players to come to England. In 1992, my dad also played a key role in bringing Sachin Tendulkar to Yorkshire Cricket Club. This was a historic event that helped promote unity and diversity in the sport. This achievement also inspired many British Asians to pursue cricket more seriously. His contributions to Yorkshire cricket have had a lasting positive impact on many players. The role and significance of my dad for cricket in England has been recognised widely during his active career and was lauded by the media. His contribution to cricket has also been recognised by the Office of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, who in 2015 bestowed him with the unique opportunity to be a part of the Garden Tea Party at Buckingham Palace. My dad's remarkable journey also inspired Vara Vantapati to write his biography. Vara worked tirelessly over the past 2.5 years to bring this project to life, and today we are here to celebrate this achievement. I want to sincerely thank Vara for his hard work, generosity, and untiring energy and effort for everything he has done, and also for creating this introductory video as a surprise gift for my dad. If it wasn't for Vara's vision and patience, we wouldn't be here today. I would also like to express my gratitude to Abdul Aziz Rawat for organising this event and for his hard work over the past 4 weeks to bring it to fruition. In my view, with the grace of the Almighty, my dad is a successful cricketer, mentor and businessman. But beyond all these, he is valued at being a happy family man who deeply loves every member of our family. His love for my mum was extraordinary, especially when he cared for her during her most challenging health battles. They remain to be an ideal couple and an inspiration to all. My dad also had great respect and deep affection for his parents throughout their life, and I know that even today he misses both his mother Aisha and father Saeed, who we all, including the cricketing family, lovingly called Ma and Baji. We wish my Ma and Baji and my dad's youngest sibling, my Yunus Chacha, could be here with us today to witness the launch of this biography. Papa, we love you so much. You are our proud father, and maybe we don't tell you enough, but your dedication and perseverance are truly admirable. If it wasn't for your hard work and all your achievements and sacrifices, none of us siblings would have the life we lead today. We pray the Almighty grant you and Mummy a very long, happy, healthy life together. Ameen. Thank you, Papa, for everything. Thank you to all the guests here for giving me a chance to give you this short introduction to my dad's life. And if you are intrigued and want to know more, please read the book and you will all be in awe. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was emotional. As I've been given a batting order for speakers by Solly Bhai, let me begin with the first opener on this list and get some patience from Vijay. Farida Raj, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very honored to be here. And Shishi told me just about 10 minutes ago that he wants me to speak. So, well, my thoughts are all very garbled. So please bear with me. I have known the family for the last 44 years and have met them a number of times. But the first time when I was to meet, I was told that you are going to meet Solly Adams. And I was very nervous because those who have been to Yorkshire, they know how difficult it is to understand the accent. But when I came face to face, then I realized that it was Suleiman Adam, and since then he has been Solly Bhai for me for all these 44 years. I have much to say about the family that you heard his daughter speak about. How it was that every cricketer who came to Dewsbury would land up at home. And I have seen this happening when I was there at their home. And Solly Bhai had this habit of just coming unannounced. He won't say how many people are coming, and he would just land up with 6 or 10 cricketers, young men. And everybody knows the young men's appetite. And Bhabi, Mariam Bhabi, without saying a word and with a smile on her face, would serve them. And everybody used to wait for the lunch time because, you know, when you're young and you're playing, there's not much money. So a good meal meant a lot. A good meal, and that too a good non-vegetarian meal. So that was a very big attraction. And तो सब मैं यहाँ पे ये कहना चाहूँगी कि सब ने सॉली भाई का, मरियम भाभी का नमक खाया है, सब ने वहाँ पे खाना खाया उनके घर में. And there is one memory that has stayed with me. I was very fond of Solly Bhai's mother, Ami, and she was such a great host. And you know, when the lady of the house is not told how many people are going to be coming home for lunch, there is little bit of, you know, nervousness and how am I going to cope. But when Solly Bhai would bring 8-10 people at lunchtime, and his mother Ami would not get agitated or nervous. She'll say, "हाँ, सबको खाना लगा दो." So I was in the kitchen helping her, and there was a big dekchi, patila, जिसमें बिरयानी बनी हुई थी. So I was going to remove the lid to dish out the food. She says, "No, don't open the lid. Let it be and just keep on moving it back a little and take out food." And it was amazing that how everyone was fed, everyone was happy, and there was still food left in that patila. So this was, and this is something that has remained with me, and I think has helped me to be a better host, and without grumbling, without holding a grudge against you know, all those people who have come. And so that is it. And today Solly Bhai's book launch, and it's amazing that it has been it has happened, and Vara has done a wonderful job. I have read the book, and it is very, very well written. So all the best, Solly Bhai, and we will meet again.
Obviously, the next on the list provided to me again is Sachin Bajaj. He's come informally dressed with a boss t-shirt. I think it's all about speaking on the boss. Come, Sachin.
Going by that boss description, there are 3 bosses here. There's Mr. Gavaskar and Mr. Vengsarkar also, so it should be a 3 boss t-shirt. Guys, everyone, welcome to the CCI. Good to have all of you all here. I've had the honor and privilege of knowing Solly Bhai from 1991 when I went on Prakash Kelkar's cricket tour, and I'm one of the non-cricketers who tried to play cricket. So I got there to England, we played a few games, and I got to know a lot of his family there, and we had some great times. And everyone knows that Solly Bhai helped these cricketers getting their clubs, finding them accommodation, and those were the days when foreign exchange wasn't available. 1 in 3 years in those days we had what was called FTS. Cricketers didn't have money, they'd go there. Solly would help them get jobs. A lot of them, their cricket equipment. So those were the days when a lot of our young cricketers from Bombay, from Thane, would go on cricket teams here, and when they play their matches midweek, Solly Bhai would find them clubs on the weekend, and it developed an entire ecosystem of cricketers from Bombay. I'm sure a few from Gujarat, but Bombay and Thane, and we all became a part of their family. Like I've been going back to Dewsbury for over 30 years, and I've always stayed with Solly Bhai's late cousin Tohid Bhai. So it's like a family system. They've come for our weddings, we've gone there for their weddings. So it has created a lot of goodwill for cricketers, and Solly Bhai never batted an eyelid, always helped people, always looked after his family. We miss his younger brother Yunus today, who was also an absolute legend, drive everyone to Pizza Hut. So that family that has come from here has served Indian cricket in a very humble and a very nice way. You will all really enjoy reading this book of a phenomenal human being and someone who has served the game of cricket not only in Yorkshire and indirectly served Bombay and Indian cricket. So I'll give the mic back to Shishan now to bore you with any long speech. But everyone, welcome to the CCI. Solly Bhai, 1981 was when you came here with Keith Fletcher's team. I remember because Mr. Raj Singh had told me about this. And always good to have you back at the Brabant Stadium. God bless you.
Next speaker obviously is somebody who probably went, was the first bunch of cricketers who went to Yorkshire. Our dear friend, the late Rahul Mankar, Suru Nayak, and of course Vijay Mohan Raj. They must have been the first Mumbai cricketers to have gone there, and Solly may have helped them out then. And may I call Vijay Mohan Raj to say a few words. It's only 5 minutes per person, but go ahead.
Yeah, probably Shishir was warning all of you that I speak a lot. But what can everybody said a lot. We've seen what Solly Bhai is. But I'm not going to speak about what's written in the book. I'm going to speak of what's not in the book. First, I have a complaint with Mr. Vara because I think the title is not right. The title would have been more appropriate if it was with Miriam's name on it. Because, like Shishir said, that we were the first few cricketers who had the privilege of being introduced to Solly. And Miriam, I think, and I believe, was responsible from Sulaiman Azam to become Solly. Because he became so famous, he became popular, he played cricket. And Solly comes from a very conservative family. And Miriam Gandhi was the spirit behind him and continuing to do what he wanted to do. And that is why I felt that if the book is, your page was 355, you said? I think half the book, all the people that I read about in the book at some time or the other enjoyed the hospitality of Miriam Gandhi. She is not only Miriam, Solly's wife, she's our Bhabhi, and I can tell you what it feels to be away from home, away from your parents, away from your friends. It feels very, very lonely. And we had a person in a place so many continents away who looked after us, who gave us the strength to continue to do what we were doing, encouraged us, and we all became men from boys. And today we stand before you and we talk, or we've all done, most of us have done very well in life, not only in cricket but in other things. And a big contribution of that is from Miriam and Sulaiman Azam. The second thing that I would like to bring out is that this book speaks about so many people. And Solly is written, or people have written about Solly, and I always was having this misconception that I was his favorite. And after reading the book, I was a bit disappointed because I was not his favorite only. There were so many favorites he had. But that is the greatness of this gentleman, because he would make everybody feel important. He would make everybody feel that he loved them the most. He had this aura, he had this attraction for everyone, and he looked after everyone in the same manner, whether he was a big cricketer or he was a beginner or he was a new person. Everybody was same for him. Everybody who came to England was supposed to be looked after by Solly Adams. That's how he looked at everyone. And today, if there are so many people who have been mentioned in that book, it is because of the greatness of this gentleman. So, Suleiman and Solly, I think you deserve whatever accolades you are getting from everybody. There's no two ways about that. So I hope I have got the message across. The moral of the story is, Atiti Devo Bhava. I'm also a travel and tour professional. When you have a guest, you don't know भगवान कौन से रूप से आता है, कौन किस रूप में आता है, सबका ख्याल रखो और सब में वो देखो कि मैं उनके लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ. And that was Solly.
Never a hungry night in Dewsbury. Thank you, Mariam ji. Of course, the next speaker
Thank
is the
you.
man behind all this. Vara, I'm going to struggle with your surname, Vantapati. Is that right? Vara has been the man who's been chasing everybody for content, collating information. Without him, this book wouldn't have become, something that we all will treasure. Vara, please.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you all for your presence. And I would like to congratulate Solly Bhai on his biography launching. He truly deserves that, Solly Bhai, believe me. I'm sure many of you have known Solly Bhai much longer than I have. In fact, some of you have known him for more than 30 years, more than 40 years. And we all have witnessed his contributions to the game of cricket. Perhaps I will take a moment to share my side of story, and I will keep it short and simple. How my journey has started with Solly Bhai and what inspired me to write his biography. It goes back to 2014 when I was reading Sachin Tendulkar's autobiography, Playing It My Way. I come across a reference to Solly Bhai. And that's the first time I heard his name. And the name sounds a bit peculiar to me. And also he lives in Dewsbury and I live in Bradford, which is about 10 miles. And I was really curious to know who this man is. And then I connected to him on Facebook. We started exchanging messages there. He also invited me to his sports store, Solly Sports in Savalton, Dewsbury. For some reason, I could not meet him at that time. But I used to keep an eye on his Facebook posts. And as time went on, after 7 years, in 2002, I began playing for a club called the Trafford Metronics in Manchester. Then I had to purchase cricket equipment for my club matches. This was when Solly Bhai's store came to mind. So I went to his store, and that's the first time I met him in person. So he made me so comfortable, and I feel like I know him for a long time. I was actually working as IT consultant those days. So since I was from a software background, he asked me if I can help him anything with his store website design. To be honest, I knew nothing about store website or all those things because I was from a different technology. But just out of respect, I learned the skill and also taken a bit of assistance from one of my close friends, and I started helping him. So because of his website work, I was frequent to his store. And then you all know that he used to share a lot of stories from his cricketing days, like how he used to introduce countless cricketers to the league cricket in England, and his role in signing Sachin Tendulkar to Yorkshire in 1992, which is in fact a historical event from Yorkshire cricket point of view. And occasionally he used to talk about his friendships with all the cricket legends, stars of the game across the world. Some funny stories which we don't normally see on the public domain. As a cricket lover, I used to enjoy listening to those fascinating stories, but there was no intention of writing his book at that time, because I was just a cricket lover and I thought, okay, he knows so many cricketers. And in fact, Solibai never imagined or planned to have his own biography written. Then one day he shared his childhood memories with me, which are mainly filled with the struggles and hardships in the subcontinent because of various reasons those days. And he also explained me how his family was going through extreme poverty and how they migrated to England in 1960. I personally believe struggles are part of everyone's life. I'm not going to romanticize those. But what really impressed me was how he overcame those challenges and completely redefining his life and transforming his life into that of a successful league cricketer, a mentor, a businessman, helping nearly 400 cricketers along the way. It's a remarkable achievement. Solibai's journey from starting with nothing to achieving so much in life felt incredibly inspiring to me. A boy who has endured all the worst possibilities of nightmares in his life, and then getting an invitation from Buckingham Palace to attend a garden tea party hosted by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth is something I think I got so much of inspiration from that story. I thought, okay, I think he's something unique. He's not the regular guy that we see. So suddenly he appears to be a completely different person in a unique aspect. That was when I started of thinking writing his biography. And then probably I think it has taken 5-6 months for me to understand, because I was completely from a different background. But I have the passion to bring his story out. More than cricket, his personal journey is the one which inspired me. Because you can't see people like Solibai in this world. That's my personal opinion. Totally selfless. He never expected a single penny from any cricketer. He looked after them, not only Solibai, the whole family. When I approached cricketers, everybody says, oh, Solibai's family. They always treat us like just as if their own family member. And then finally I decided to share his story with the world. And initially I was not really confident, to be honest with you. But after working around 5-6 months, right, I think I can do this one. So also I decided to do it on a voluntary, because this is one of those projects which was done purely by passion, with no commercial intent at all. There was not even a single day where we discussed anything about commercial aspects. The only object I have in my mind was, let's bring out his story and see whether the young generation can inspire from his story. That's the only object in my mind, even till today. And because of that reason, I knew that it's going to take at least a couple of years. So I committed myself to devote 2.5 years to working on this project. On March 25th, 2022, I proposed Solibai the idea of writing this book. As usual, he's so excited. But both of us were not really confident. But we started, working with all the cricketers, collecting the testimonial notes and everything. And we worked closely together. And finally, we are here today to celebrate his life and the legacy of Solibai. And There are plenty of stories, unique stories that I collected from cricketers. Unfortunately, we could not put all of them in the book. It's a regular practice. Um, and when the book was ready to be published, I also published it through my own publishing company, which I registered exclusively for Solibai in memory of my late daughter Nirvana. So that's Nirvana Publishers, through which the book has been published. So it's a great feeling for me to be associated with Solibai. It's an honor for my life, and it's been an amazing journey. I mean, probably I think I'm so lucky that I should read Sachin Tendulkar's biography, and I should come to know Solibai and bring this story out. I don't think I can expect anything better than this in my life. That's my personal opinion. And I believe Solibai's journey will not only inspire younger generation, but also promote a sense of universal brotherhood and societal peace. That's what he has been doing for the last 5-6 decades. And when we look at his journey, just not a cricket, just not a businessman, he's everything. He's like a combo package. You can get anything from Solibai whenever you want something. And just not Solibai, I guess the whole family, I mean, today we are all here and celebrating his journey, but the whole credit goes to just not for Solibai, the entire, every member of Adam's family who significantly contributed to the well-being of cricketers in England, like Maria Babiji, Yunus Bhai, unfortunately he's no longer with us, Ruxana Babi, everyone, all the children of Solibai, they all been so kind to the cricketers. I don't think you will get this kind of unique story anywhere in the world when it comes to sports or anything like that. Thank you Solibai for believing in me. It's been a fantastic journey, and I'm going to miss all those conversations because we are doing it now. And just as a formality, I want to thank each and everyone being here today and giving your time. There are few people who work with me on this project, so on our own we are nothing. We always need people to support us in life. And one of them is my wife Ampu, who is also part of the team, and she contributed. And several people like Kotesh Devulpalli, Sachin Narayana Gurji, and my brother Ayan Babu, they all came from different parts of India, and I also got few people came from England as well. Thank you guys, it really means a lot to me for all your presence. And before I conclude, I really want to thank Sachin Tendulkar to mention Solibai in his book. That a little reference has connected me to you, the wonderful person Solibai. And as a result, we are all gathered here today to celebrate the life of Solibai and the legacy of Solibai. Thank you very much and have a nice evening.
मराठीत एक म्हण आहे ना, शब्द आहे आपुलकी. आपुलकी सोलीबाईंचं ते आहे आपुलकी. यू गो टू हिम फॉर हेल्प. अपनापन बोलते हैं हिंदी में. यू वेंट टू हिम and said, please get me a club. He would call up in front of me and say, I got a very great batsman from India called Sushil. I said, Solibai, नाम तो बराबर बोलो. But he would say, नहीं, सबको पता है कि मेरा recommendation है. But I said, नाम तो बराबर बोलो, सुशील करके कोई दूसरा आ जाएगा. But that's Soli for you. I mean, I've been receiving a lot of messages now, and small questions that Soli, because you're the showstopper today, not Sunny or Dilip. So, Solibai, if you'd like to answer some of the questions sitting there, or would you like to come here?
Please.
Mic, please. Or your stage.
Thank you.
So the first question that comes from here is, how are you feeling at this moment, Solibai? And what does it feel like to launch a book in India, in a country you're born? No, sorry.
First of all, I can't believe it as I'm standing here. The reason I'm standing here, not because I've signed so many players, because the player who comes to me, like in 1980-81, Sunil Gavaskar recommended 4 players for me, thanks to Sunil, Chandrakant Pandit, Ravi Thakur, Lalu, Chandu, and his colleague, his best friend was, I forgot his name, Hemant comes to me and he says, take these 4 boys. And because of them who comes to me and I look after them, I think they are the one who give me the publicity. It's not me what I did for them. And because of them who I helped, I'm here today. So I'm really pleased. And a lot of cricketers who came after them. And I think because I introduced so many players, and because of the reason of them introducing, that's the reason I'm here, because of them. I'm not here, they're not here because of me, I'm here because of them. And second thing, they give me a lot of credit for signing Sachin Tendulkar. But I'll tell you one thing, he refused. The men really behind Sachin Tendulkar to come and play for Yorkshire is because of Sunil Gavaskar. Around Sachin in Australia, I was playing in Australia, and I said to Sachin, please come and play, because that's the only way they open the gate for Asian or anybody to come and play for Yorkshire. And he says, sorry, bhai, both matches hai, ye hai, wo hai. He excused, he says, no, mere ko duro. Immediately when he says no, I knew Sunil was there. And Sunil, just like for me, last 50 odd years, he's just like a brother. So I rang immediately Sunil. I said, Sunil, there's any chance you can persuade Sachin? Because that's the only way he will come. Otherwise he will not come. And I want him to come and play because I wanted to play for Yorkshire. The system was there. Anybody who born outside Yorkshire, they can't play for Yorkshire. That was their rule. If anybody born in Lancashire, he still can't play for Yorkshire. But first time an overseas come and play for Yorkshire, it's not because of me. It's because of Sunil. Sunil gone in his room, persuade him. He said, look, I play for Somerset, and you must go and play for Yorkshire. So then Sachin rang me and he said, okay, I have spoken to Sunil and I'm coming. So credit goes to Sunil as well, beside me. So remember that.
Next question, sorry, of course you've spoken a bit about it, but your relationship with Sunny Bhai over the years, any memories?
I've got a lot of memories. I've got a lot of memory. I can write a book about him. Really, because we know each other for over 50 years. We do a lot of shopping, we eat together, we discuss cricket, we discuss everything. But I'll tell you 3 things which is admired me more than like I watched a match yesterday, and when I watched him opening batsman go down a reverse him, and I think Yashwant, I think that's the reason we lost the match. And I'll give you an incident. There was a benefit match for Mansoor Akhtar, and me and Sunil went to play a benefit match at Huddersfield. And Sunil got 87 runs. I still remember 87 runs, and he flicked the ball on leg side. And this Gora brilliantly took the catch. Brilliantly. And match we won. From Huddersfield to Dewsbury, he didn't say a word. He was so upset. And I said to Sunil, Sunil, kya ho gaya yaar, usne brilliant catch pakda. But no, I should have played a little late and I throw my wicket away. A benefit match where he was so upset to throw the wicket away. And in this chart, 10 minutes to go, playing reverse sweep and playing for country. So just imagine a man playing for benefit match and he was so upset to throw his wicket away, and this boy throw his wicket away for 10 minutes. And I think that's the loss, because after him we lost another 2-3 wickets and we were 4 wickets down. That's one thing I still remember. The other thing, he respect the people. I remember we were sitting, he was staying with me, and he says to me, listen, tomorrow I have to catch the train 2 o'clock. I said, why? He says, I'm meeting Ali Bakar at railway station 4:30. Remember that? Make sure I catch 2 o'clock train. I said, okay, Sunil, no problem. We're going to start eating, and suddenly, I didn't know, she doesn't know Sunil understand Gujarati. So my wife says to me, you're going to miss your prayer today, because prayer is 1:30. And from Dewsbury to Wakefield is nearly 35 to 40 minutes. So she says to me in Gujarati, sorry, you're going to miss your afternoon prayer. Well, within 10 minutes, Sunil says to me, Solly, next train kitne baje hai? So why you meeting Ali Bakar at 4:30? He says, nahi yaar, next train pakadenge, 3 o'clock train. Because he respect my prayer. And not many people do. I didn't know. He said, kya farak padta hai? He will wait for me. Ali Bakar, South African captain, he will wait. He said, no. He will 1 hour. Let's get 3 o'clock train. So instead of 2 o'clock train from Wakefield, he took the 3 o'clock train. Not because, it's only because of respect my relation. Respect me as a person. That's great of it. That's, I can't remember. One other thing, which is I'm going to tell you, a lot of people know it. We go shopping everywhere. And there's a shop called Mark Spencer in England. Whenever we go, he just sit down, stay, and he doesn't come with me. Once, twice, 3 times, nearly 7, 8 times. And I says to him one day, I said, we was in Sheffield, Mark Spencer, and he just said, shopping. After the shopping, I says to him, yaar, why are you doing like Amitabh Bachchan in Diva? No, he doesn't go to Mandir, you doesn't go to Mark Spencer. Why is that? So in the car he told me, he says, can you believe it, Solly? This Mark Spencer called my colleague a thief, Sudhir Naik. And he says, do you think, he says, I don't disturb my family, but I won't go to that shop because one of my colleagues, and I asked him and he says, no, I didn't steal the socks. And he says, from that day up to now, I never ever been to that shop. And that's a great of it. So I can tell you loads of stories because he tell me, we discuss a lot of things, cricket generally, and whenever I'm in business as well, if I'm struggling or I need help, he's the first person I approach him. This video or anything, he knew it. I showed him before I put it on the public. So he's very close to me. It's just like, I'll give you an example. Last year, we built a house in Simla near Navsari. Very small village, 10 houses, 120 houses. So I rang him, I said, Sunil, I'm coming to Navsari, Simla, will you come? He says, yeah, I will be there. But there is no flight from Bombay to Surat. So he took the flight from Bombay to Bangalore, and from Bangalore to he came to Surat. It's nice of him. So a lot of things I achieve in my life, not because it's me, because of my very, very good friend. And I think in your life to achieve this kind of thing, you need a good friend. And he's one of the best friends. A lot of friends he has, which is I mentioned in my book as well.
Since you've covered most of what the questions came in, one thing is there anyone whose presence you're missing here today, be it a family, friend, relative? It's such a big occasion in your life, Sunil bhai. It's actually a culmination of what you've done over so many years.
My mom and dad. Without them, I wouldn't have been here. They are the ones who told me, beta, he always says to me, beta, kha ke khush mat hona, khila ke khush hona. My mom always used to say to me, kabhi bhi kha ke khush hona, ye achhi baat nahi, khila ke khush hona. And from that day up to now, I always remember my word, my mom word, and that's the way I live all my life. Thank you very much.
Mr. Oliver, one has requested me that before Sunny bhai comes on stage, if Dilip could say a few words. Obviously, he's come here especially for Solly, and I think it's apt that he says a few words.
Actually, after listening to Solly, I was wondering whether this book is on Sunil or on Solly. We're part of this great evening for the launch of Solly's book. I'm sure it must be a great reading. And I'm looking forward to Shishi's article. That's what he's been saying, that I don't have enough this evening. I met Solly for the first time in 1979 on my first tour of England. And since then I met him many times. on every subsequent tours of England. But I came to know him closely when I played for Hanging Hitton in Bedford League. And that was not very far from his place in Saddletown. And I would meet him quite often. And then I knew all the stories of how Indian players would come from Heathrow and straight to his house. And over the years, hundreds of cricketers he has hosted, he and his wife Mariam. And he loved this hospitality and used to fix them in the clubs and give them jobs as well. And I used to meet some of the Pakistani players as well at his residence. And when I was playing for Hamilton in 1987, I think Pakistan was touring England at that time. And I met Javed Miandar there, along with Imran Khan, and Javed asked him, "तो passes चाहिए क्या?" Soli said, "हाँ passes है तो दे देना, हाँ कल होटल पे आना." So Soli went to Javed's hotel and Javed gave him those 2 passes. And he gave me a suitcase also. He said, "ये suitcase में क्या है?" बोला, "मेरा laundry है." बोला, "मेरे को passes नहीं चाहिए." Anyway, that was huge laundry. So that was Suri Bhai. And then of course, over the years, I think we know him so very well. And all those, because of Suli, I met some of the friends in Dewsbury, Yaqub Ali, Salim Patel, and they all come till today. Whenever I go to Manchester with my academics team, they've always been there. Over the years, we have toured with the Indian team to all the countries, and I met a lot of friends, and they still are in touch with me. So, great thing. Thank you, Soli. You've been very kind to all the cricketers. You have done a fantastic job here in Marine Bhabi. You did a great job, and all the best to you, Soli. And all the best to the book as well. Thank you very much.
Now, of course, Sunny ji, if there's something left, you'll have to fill in the blanks. I know you've got a bad throat, but you can do it for your friend.
Yes, we will do.
Namaskar, good evening, everyone. I see a lot of notes here. First and foremost, I just want to say that Soli is not a friend, Soli and the Adam family is family. So they have been ever since we met for the first time. Rahul Mankad, if I remember rightly, may his soul rest in peace. He was the one who told me that, when you go to Yorkshire, meet up with Soli Adam. And I called him, those were the landline days, and so we met. And so I was expecting, the name Soli Adam. I was expecting, like you, I was expecting a good, tall, sturdy Gora. So suddenly I see that I'm Soli Adam. Soli Adam. But anyway, so it was. That's when I found out. Then he told me, "Arey nahi Suleiman hai, to idhar sab, mujhe Soli bolte hai." And Adam, and everybody, all you guys have been calling him, everybody's been calling him Adams. It's not Adams, it is Adam. So ever since then, I think sometimes you happen to meet people in life with whom you immediately connect, and so that's exactly what happened with Soli. For a long time, for the first maybe 4 or 5 years, I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I used to meet him. I used to go to his house. I us I used to call him Solly because I used to think that, maybe he's about my age or thereabout. Then suddenly I found out he's 4 years older than me. When I found he's 4 years older than me, that's when he became high. So that's when he became Solly high. Till then he was just Solly. I'm very thankful to Solly for not giving away too many of what we used to do, shopping, etc. All those they have been wonderful memories. I think there's just been one birthday 2 years ago. I have not called him. I have not wished him. Even otherwise, we are all now, of course, with the WhatsApp, we are in contact on the WhatsApp. And I think the relationship has grown, like I said, to a family. I mean, I now see Asma. Now, Asma was very, very little. And now I think she spoke so wonderfully on the video when she talked about Solly. So I've seen the family grow up, and there's been a connection which has been there for, like Solly says, 50 years. I often tell him, don't say 50 years, always say long time. About 50 years, because then it makes us feel 90 years old. But he still has to give precise 50 years. And what can I say about Bhabhi? I think Bhabhi has been really the strength of the family. Without Bhabhi, I think she's like everybody together. And it is wonderful, wonderful to see her here. Solly's parents as well. Every time, from Solly's house, we go next door to see Solly's parents. Yunus Bhai would be there as well. And these are wonderful memories, just meeting up with all of them. And you go to somebody's house and you just feel at home. It doesn't happen with everybody, but it's, Solly has always been, I've stayed at his place so many times, it's unbelievable. I mean, even and I think maybe, I don't know whether Asma had to leave the room and go somewhere else. Yeah, Asma had to leave her room, and so I would be staying in Asma's room. So, I mean, that's how the relationship is. I'm so happy that the book is coming out, because what he has done for cricketers from India, Pakistan needed to be told. I've always said that the game of cricket is very fortunate to have cricket lovers, unselfish cricket lovers like Solly. He's never expected anything back from anybody. He just wanted to give back to the game of cricket. We've got so many like that. Maybe a couple of months ago, we had Cham Bhatia, another person, for whom always wanting to give back to the game. So, I mean, the game of cricket is very fortunate to have people as passionate about the game, and those who play, wanting to make this contribution to the game that, that many others wouldn't be able to do or wouldn't want to do. So, Solly, hi. They'll say thank you for all that you've done for all the cricketers. I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to reading the book as well. And I'm only happy that, when you spoke here about didn't give away too many of, my, our little, nothing very secret that way, but I'm just thinking of some of the stories we tell each other about, what used to happen in change rooms and what used to happen. Those are stories which only we know. Intricate change rooms, when this happens, that happens. So those are the things. So thanks very much, and Shishir, thank you for posting this. I hope you all will get yourself a book on the way out. I don't know whether the book is available here. I think if you can get a book, it'll be wonderful, because you will certainly know what Solly has done. And Solly, is this the second one, no? Second launch, no? First one was
In Hackney.
And this is the, are you having another?
No, that's it.
Okay, because I know there was another person who had, a launch in England, in South Africa, in Dubai. And Clive Lloyd was asked to do a launch in the West Indies. And so he then said, this person spoke, and I'm not taking the name deliberately, this person spoke, and Clive had already done 3 of those launches. So he said, this book has had more launches than Cape Canaveral. So Cape Canaveral is where they launch all the satellites and stuff like that. So I'm glad that this is only going to be the second one. All the best, Solly Bhai, Mariam Bhabhi. Thank you so much for having looked after us. And I hope, your parents from up there are blessing you and are very, very proud of you, I'm sure. God bless everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. They need a table there, please.
Vijay, Suru, come on, Suru, Vijay, Ravi. Yeah, Sunil will come and give it to you. Don't worry. Sunil will come and give it to you. Don't worry. One picture. Someone hold it. Yeah. Hold it. Yeah.
Hold everybody like this. Hold everybody like this. Yeah, hold like this only. That's fine.
Look here, yeah. All of you. Please sit down. Sulu, come on. Atul, come on, yaar. Arey, Atul, come on. Ravi. Gulam bhai. More close, sir. More close. Everyone look here. Center. Sachin Bajaj. इधर है. Come. Iqbal bhai, where is Iqbal bhai? Hey, ऊपर जा, सचिन. Join them. Everyone look here. Iqbal bhai. Please. मूवी किधर है? मूवी 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 कमान यार वीडियो वाले मांगे थे ये उधर ले उसकी टीम में मेरी टीम में 11 में इसका नाम आ जाता चल आ जाइए
चलो ओके
चलो पीछे आ जाओ
चलो
पीछे आ वीडियो है यार नीचे नीचे आ जाओ पीछे आ जाओ चलो चलो पीछे
ओके होगा
सुलेमान सामने सुनील will cut this one. अरे मैं तेरे साथ पकड़ता हूँ अरे बाबा एक मिनट रेडी All this and get educated about शुरू में और राहुल को बहुत सिखा दे बहुत सिखा मालूम नहीं था वर्ड बहुत बोल रहा नहीं वो पता देख के वो मुझे राहुल ने सिखाया कौन सी चीज कहाँ बोल रहे हो देखो वो मैं इसको अकेले में पूछूंगा इतना सालों के बाद इसका मतलब नहीं मालूम अतुल
गैस पे नहीं गैस पे मैं बोल रहा था
मोटा हो जाएगा मैं नहीं बोला
ज़्यादा बोला हे लाईव्ह टेलिकास्ट जाईल आहे कुणाला लिंक हवी असली तर घ्या मी तुम्हाला धाडल्यावर माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह या हाला मरहबा ज़ईद क्या हाल है खाया हाव तुम्ही माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह जाओ 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 मिला 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 बंद करू ना
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming and thank you all for making this occasion so special for Solly Adams. May I now call on Asma to please propose her vote of thanks on behalf of the family. Asma, only 2 words, that's fine. Come.
Oh, sorry.
I'd just like to thank everyone for coming here today and showing so much love and all the support you've given my dad and all the family. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Asma. Thank you for being this dinner.